So there's an old African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. So let's think about that for a moment. A single spider cannot tie up a lion, right? Or isn't stronger than a lion, not even close. But when thousands of webs are woven together, it can do what no individual spider can accomplish alone. And that's exactly how many claims work. Homeowners feel small, business owners feel overwhelmed, and the insurance company feels like they're the lion. But the moment the right people come together, everything changes. And again, lions isn't always bad, but let's just be clear about it. Insurance companies are a large organization. They have adjusters, engineers, consultants, attorneys, whatever, estimating softwares, internal guidelines, claim handling procedures. They'll build to evaluate claims every single day. And most policyholders file a claim once or twice in their entire lives. So from day one, it's already an imbalance, right? Not because the homeowner is wrong, because the homeowner is just standing alone. So what is the spider web in property insurance claim, right? It's not one thing, it's many things working together. It's the policy, it's photos, it's weather data or fire report, contractor, mitigation companies, engineers, the public adjuster or building consultants, code requirements, documentations, the timelines, all the facts, individual pieces that seem small, but when they come together, they seem impossible to ignore. One of the large and most common mistakes that we always see is that people going into claims thinking that the claim is about the damage, and it's not. The claim is about proving damages under the policy. That's a completely different conversation. You can observe damage and still get underpaid. You can observe damage and still get denied because the policy is what controls the outcome. That's why you read every page, not because you're looking for a loophole. We're looking for the promise the insurance company already made. That's why it's a contract. The promise was already made inside the insurance policy. So most people look at the insurance policy and see 100 pages, 200 pages, depending on the complexity and what kind of policy you have. We look at the policy and we see opportunities, additional coverage, intentions or expectations, right? Duties after the laws, ordinance and law coverage, debris removals, whatever, temporary repairs, matching provision, ensuing damage, language. So we're looking at the policy for all of these things, right? Always remember that claim check is hidden somewhere in that policy. Damages start the claim, but the policy determines the outcome of that claim. So imagine a pipe burst behind a wall. Insurance company says, okay, we'll pay for the drywall. The average homeowner says, okay, but the policy or policy advocates or whoever, public adjuster say, wait a second. What's the cost of the drywall? What's the cost of the insulation? What's the cost of the baseboard? What's the cost of the cabinets? What about the paint? Is there any upgrades needed? What about additional living expenses? All these things are part of that conversation, not just a single piece of drywall. So one question becomes 10 questions. One room becomes an entire scope review, and that's exactly what happens when the spiders unite. So the silk that ties up the lions is facts, not emotions, not opinions, not a ton of social media posts, right? Facts, photos, measurements, reports, documentation, policy language, carrier correspondence, the weather reports, the building codes. We start putting all of those things together, right? And you build a strong file, and that's the web getting stronger. That's why I always say people argue, adjusters change, attorneys come and go, but the file remains. So as public adjusters, we don't create coverage. We don't change the policy. A public adjuster, we help the policyholders understand and present their claim properly. We're talking about hundreds of pieces of information and weaving through all of them to put them together to tell one story. A story that supports the fact, supported by documentation, supported by the policy language. That's the web. When the spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. Remember this, the policy holders standing alone feels powerless. But when policy language, documentation, experts, contractors, engineers, and advocates all come together, the claim becomes stronger. Not because anyone changes the facts, because the facts are finally being organized, presented in a way that they should have been from the beginning. The lion may be bigger, the lion may be stronger, but the file is built on facts, policy language, teamwork. When that all happens together, files are are built on facts, policy language, and teamwork. It's often stronger than people realize. And in the insurance world, that's how policyholders protect themselves to make sure that their voices are heard in the claims process. So thank you for spending some time today, me understanding together, united. We're better together, helping and working on these insurance claims. Please, man, like, subscribe, follow for more. Thank you.